Hi everyone. We are talking about excretory products and their elimination. In this topic, we are going to talk about countercurrent mechanism which operates in kidneys. Mammals have the ability to produce concentrated urine. So in this making of this concentrated urine, Henle's loop and vasa recta play a very important role. So how this entire process or mechanism occurs, let us study. So first, this is nephron, which are the functional units of kidney. We are not talking about the entire structure of the nephron. A part of the nephron where these countercurrent mechanism occurs, so we'll study. So first, so nephrons are present in the kidney. As we have two different types of nephrons, like juxtamedullary nephrons as well as cortical nephrons. So imagine we are talking about juxtamedullary nephrons. So this part of the nephron, imagine this part of the nephron is present in the cortex. This is cortex. This is cortex of the kidney. Remaining this entire part is present in the medulla. This is medulla. So this part is medulla. This is the outer medulla that is starting from, and this is the inner medulla. So outer medulla and inner medulla. Fine. Now, when you find out the concentration of the medulla, that is concentration of the interstitium. So I can say that osmolarity of the medullary interstitium increases from outer medulla to inner medulla. That means in the cortex, the osmolarity of the interstitial fluid is around 300 milliosmoles per liter. This is a unit in which we measure the osmolarity. So from cortex, in the cortex it is around 300 milliosmoles, and in the medulla it keeps increasing. Like it becomes 400 milliosmoles, it becomes 600 milliosmoles, it becomes 900 milliosmoles, and in the inner medulla it is going to be around 1200 milliosmoles per liter. Now the question comes, how this osmolarity is maintained in the medulla, and why are we studying it? The main components for this maintenance of this osmolarity of the medulla is sodium, chloride and urea. So just keep this to a side. So we'll talk about this after a couple of minutes. Chalo, fine. So I said the countercurrent mechanism operates in this Henle's loop and vasa recta. These are the two main key factors for the making concentrated urine. That is how the countercurrent mechanism works. So let us find out what are these two parts in this diagram. So this is Henle's loop. I just write it as HL, that is Henle's loop. So you can see that this is called the Bowman's capsule of nephron, and this part is the proximal convoluted tubule, and this part is the Henle's loop, and this is called distal convoluted tubule, and this entire part is the collecting ducts finally, that is collecting tubule and collecting ducts finally. So this is the part. Now this is Henle's loop, and in the Henle's loop, this part of the Henle's loop is called as the descending limb. Right? Now this part of the Henle's loop is the ascending limb. Now just look at the diagram carefully. Now when you notice the movement of renal fluid in the descending limb, renal fluid move all the way from outer medulla to inner medulla, the renal fluid is moving in the descending limb. And in the ascending limb, the renal fluid is moving from outer medulla to inner medulla. If you compare the flow of renal fluid in both limbs of Henle's loop, it is in opposite direction. Am I right? So this is called counter flow. Next. Now this part of the Henle's loop, where near the Henle's loop, this is a vascular part. So this vascular part is called vasa recta. So this vascular part is called vasa recta. There is blood vessel. Now you can, you have a question like where from this vasa recta has come. So listen, this is called your efferent arteriole. It enters into the Bowman's capsule. Inside the Bowman's capsule, it becomes glomerulus, leave as efferent arteriole, this part, and this efferent arteriole spread as vasa recta, like this. Okay, all the way this vasa recta leaves out as renal vein, right? So this is what is a part. This is vasa recta. Now, when you observe the movement of blood, the flow of blood in the vasa recta, just look into the diagram. The flow of blood in the vasa recta, this is called descending part of vasa recta. This is called ascending part of the vasa recta. In the descending part of the vasa recta, the flow of blood is from outer medulla to inner medulla. And the flow of the blood in the ascending vasa recta is from inner medulla to outer medulla. So if you can compare the flow of blood in the vasa recta, it is in opposite direction, which is called counter flow. So the counter flow of blood in vasa recta and counter flow of renal fluid in the Henle's loop are involved in making concentrated urine. So that is the reason this technique or this mechanism is called counter current mechanism. It's very simple. Fine. Now how this osmolarity in the medullary interstitium is maintained, how it is becoming concentrated. So I said the two key factors here are sodium chloride and urea. So how these two will play a role in making the hypertonic urine at the end. So let us have a look at into these parts. Like look here. So this is a descending limb. We have discussed that from the wall of the descending limb, reabsorption of water occurs. So fine, all the way the water is reabsorbed from the descending limb. So all along its length, as a result, the concentration of the renal fluid becomes maximum in the bend of the Henle's loop, U-shaped bend of the Henle's loop. Then this is ascending limb. Just look here. This part is ascending limb. From the walls of ascending limb, both from the thin segment as well as from the thick segments, sodium chloride is reabsorbed. So this is the reabsorption of sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is reabsorbed from the walls of the ascending limb. So fine. So because of reabsorption of sodium chloride from the walls of ascending limb, and it is impermeable for water, as a result of that, the concentration of the renal fluid gradually decreases, that becomes hypotonic towards the outer medulla. Fine. Now look at into this point here. So this part is called vasa recta. So I said in the vasa recta, which is present near the ascending limb, that is the vasa recta near the ascending, that is descending part of the vasa recta, where this sodium chloride enters, right? So what are the sodium chloride that is reabsorbed from the ascending limb enters into the surrounding interstitial fluid. From that interstitial fluid, this sodium chloride enters into vasa recta, right? So descending part of the vasa recta, and all the way this sodium chloride enters. When it comes to the ascending part of the vasa recta, from here the reabsorption, entry of the sodium chloride into medullary interstitium occurs. As a result of entry of this sodium chloride, into the medullary interstitium. So from the vasa recta, ascending part of the vasa recta near the descending limb of Henle's loop, so will increase the concentration. And also very less amount of, very less amount of, remember this point carefully, urea enters into thin segment of ascending limb. Fine, all the way this urea is reabsorbed from the collecting tubules into the medullary interstitium. So because of this, urea and as well as the sodium chloride inside the medullary interstitium, the osmolarity will increases. This is called hyperosmolarity of medullary interstitium. As a result of this, so from the collecting tubules, reabsorption of water occurs. So finally, because of this reabsorption of water from the collecting tubules and duct, the urine gets concentrated. And what all the renal fluid that is collected in the lumen of the Bowman's capsule, from there to the final urine that is formed is 4 times concentrated. 4 times concentrated. So this is because of this counter current mechanism, that is the the counter flow of renal fluid and as well as the blood in the vasa recta maintain the hyperosmolarity of medullary interstitium, due to which the urine finally gets concentrated, because due to this what happens, the concentration in the medullary interstitium will increases. As a result of that, absorption of water is occurring in the collecting tubules and ducts, so into the medulla. As a result of that, urine is concentrated. So final urine formed will be 4 times concentrated than the initial glomerular filtrate that is formed in the lumen of the cup. So this is called counter current mechanism, right? If you really understand this topic, just give a like and hit the subscribe button.